All right, guys, Shotty T here. The long-awaited video is finally here. The week has definitely gotten away from me. The Super Bowl hangover, and then work has been absolutely nuts so far. But today's projection doesn't look too bad, so it looks like I do have some window to put out videos and edit them, cause that's part of it too. So that's like putting out videos is one thing, just editing, that's the part that can take some time, especially if I have some glitches on these videos. So we are in season 3. We're in the first week. That's the good thing, but obviously there are a lot of things going on, a lot of things. So I'm probably not gonna cover everything in one video. I'm probably gonna do like at least three videos. I got an update video, as you can see there. So let's start off by going to just this tab alone, because again, it's a lot of stuff. So we're in season 3, which is the pyramid. You can see that we are in the desert land. The map setup is pretty nice. Got all these like this honeycomb type setup there. You got the Great Pyramid in the middle. So it's pretty cool. So looking forward to whenever we make our way towards that. Starting today, actually, we're gonna look to capture our level 1 territory. So as the weeks progress, we'll be able to, as a server, migrate towards it. And as you can see, all these colored areas are folks that we're starting to take over little drill grounds. So first and foremost, there are a lot of similarities between season 3 and season 1 and 2. There's some similarities, but there are also some differences. So that's what we're going to talk about. So first of all, I know I said before I was going to go over what the rewards are. So the rewards, now that we know what the breakdown is, it's all about the spice. So last season, I believe it was about the rare soil. So this is about the spice. All right, again, I'm gonna do a separate video on that, because again, it's a lot of stuff on here. Okay, so these are the rank rewards officially: 1, 2, and 3, 4 through 10, 11 through 20, and then 21 through 50, which is where we are currently. If the season were to end today, these would be the rewards that we would get as an alliance, and certain tiered members will get these following rewards. And then, of course, we talked about the faction one. That's pretty straightforward. So it's all about spice ranking. So, but we're not in that phase yet. So it'll be more about that as it progresses. You have, of course, each week you have objectives. So a lot of this stuff, there have been some things that's already taken place this week. So you definitely want to take advantage of donating to get certain things unlocked, because all of these are relevant. You got your Protectors Field, Curse Research Lab, and the Blessing Fountain. These are the 3 foundational buildings you're going to need throughout the whole season. And I'll talk about those at least in this video. But again, there's going to be some other aspects I'm going to have to cover in another video. And then, of course, you got all this other stuff here. And then tomorrow, there'll be more stuff unlocked. Another city will be available this Friday. So we want to capture our buildings today, and then capture another city this Friday, Valentine's Day. Of course, I will have my account tour video that day as well. All right, so where do we start? So let's go to the foundation. The foundation is probably the most common sense thing. So the objective here is just like anything else. You want to try to accumulate. You want to get the buildings. We just talked about that. The buildings, when you get them from the outside, and you start accumulating these things called mithril. So how do you get mithril? There are several things. You can get them by killing zombies, and the cool thing about this map is that it restarts to where you have to kill zombies from level 1 all the way up to, I'm assuming, level 30, but we haven't gotten that far yet. So you start at level 1. Every time you get a first kill rewards on all 3 types, because you get credit for each one. You get these type of first kill rewards, and I think they probably mostly stay the same, or they slightly escalate the higher you go. So you have to have a lot of stamina saved up for one, because that's a lot of zombies. And the zombies, of course, escalate in difficulty, not power-wise, but resistance-wise, which again, a lot of similarity between season 1 and 2 when it comes to resistance, how you build that. Same thing with Doom Elites. Every time you get a first blood kill, you get a good amount of this mithril, because you need that, and on top of that, you also get sacred water. So these two things are the lifeblood into progressing early on in the season. So you go here, you you first get your first one of these blessing fountains. You accumulate that by going here to that tab up here. If you haven't already, some of you guys probably already have. You get your first blessing fountain here. And the key is you want to upgrade it to level 15 to start off, because when you upgrade to level 15, you unlock another blessing fountain. So you want to do that each time, so that way you can have as many of them going at one time. And to get another blessing fountain, you would need to purchase the weekly pass. So it's totally up to you if you want to do that. The weekly pass, again, this is just like previous season. You get good stuff on a daily basis. You get this instantly. You get an extra fountain. You get a bonus resistance. I believe it's a 250 resistance bonus. You get 20,000 mithril. And then each day you get 20,000 mithril. You get 50 protector horns. Probably gonna do another video on that. And then and you get some speed ups and some stamina, which again, you're gonna need a lot of stamina this season. All right. So as you upgrade these, you get more sacred water output per hour to higher the level, and you use the sacred water to upgrade the cursed research lab. And the cursed research lab is what helps increase your curse resistance. And so yeah, so the curse resistance is what helps you defeat these monsters. And there are several monster types. You have the zombies, of course, and you have the Doom Elites. You also have the dig site monsters, which of course, that's why we got all these colors on the map, because there was a dig site monster. And I guess we can kind of look ahead for the level 2 ones. So this is the one for level 2, the Golden Annihilator. And each of them is a different class type. One is a missile, one is a tank, one is a aircraft. So as you can see, we're not close to the resistance requirement for level 2. But again, as you increase, and again, it's a process. We'll be able to eventually get this. And so yeah, and then before you do that, though, you have to clear the zombies around them first. And all these zombies I can actually handle, because I'm already at level 24 zombies. So you have to clear those first. A lot of these spawn multiple times, so again, it takes a lot of stamina. You can't do it alone. You're definitely gonna need teammates to clear a lot of stuff, and of course, participate in these wars. So this is the ultimate team participation. That's why we had this server transfer event, to make sure that we brought the most active people from my previous alliance here, so we can just knock this stuff out. All right, so another thing you'll notice, there are first blood opportunities. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Another way you can get mithril is with these first blood on these doom. Well, these are this theme's worth of doom walkers. So it's a lot of themes that are desert themed. So your first blood, you get a good amount. The higher the number, the higher the mithril. So I've been doing level 200, 210. So, and then these are essentially your trucks. Instead of having trucks, you got camels. The reindeer is still the reindeer though, so you still got Santa Claus going in the desert. So, and now you see this here, these little things. So these are sandworms. And again, we're gonna talk more about those in a separate video, because these things you can get more rewards, such as, and this stuff you can redeem in this store. It's called the Desert Bazaar. So you get these little artifact items. sandworm scale. So I'm saving these for next week because they refresh each week. Because the most important things you can get out of these are sacred water, mithril, and once again to protect the horn. Again, we're gonna just do a separate video on that. So that's why I'm saving that for just for those. I mean, if you're in a pinch, you can use it on these, but I would wait until the very last week of the season to use it on these. These are the most important things to use them on each week because you're probably going to need that over time. Now, if you get to the point where you're getting way more each week than you are redeeming, then you can start little by little using it for little stuff like that. Okay. All right. Um, Weekly pass, not weekly pass. You got a season pass. Again, it's optional if you want to get it, but it's just more stuff. If you want to do a lot more levels, there's a new profession level increase. I'm gonna do a separate video on that. You got daily tasks to help unlock more stuff. You got target missions that you'll get to throughout the course of the season. Some of these you haven't gotten to yet, like greenify totals. I think there's an option to do that eventually this week. So again, a lot of stuff going on. So let's look at the rest of these tabs though. Desert Blessing, we talked about this in the preview of the season. If you see someone with one of these cat icons, so we can do that real quick. Let's go to a random server. Let's go to server 233. All right, let's go to where an active alliance is located. We can tell by looking at the color on the map. All right, let's see, there we go. So let's just find a random base that has a cat. Let's see if we find one here. We don't see one in that group. So let's zoom back out. Okay, this one is probably more active. Okay, I'm pretty sure we'll see a cat in here. Okay, so we got several of them actually. So you want to like these. If you like these, you'll get just free items, free speed ups. They add up. I think there's a maximum you can accumulate per day. So I'm just gonna like these real quick. I'm gonna share this with the alliance. Kind of been slacking on that this week. So we'll do that. I'm gonna like that person. Yeah, and I'll make sure to get my maximum before the day is out. I'm pretty sure the most you could probably get is 10. That's my guess. So yeah, so make sure you take advantage. And if you have a cat, make sure you deploy that because I think it gives you a protector field capacity of 500, which is huge. And unfortunately, I don't have a cat, but I do have the pyramid. The desert protector conversion rate increases by 1%, so that's pretty big, I guess. All right, and then Scarlet will be the golden champ for this season, the new legendary champ. Like previous weeks, I'm pretty sure she'll probably unlock in season 2. That's how it was with Violet and Mason the previous seasons. So, and then building the Oasis, that just unlocked, so we haven't got to there yet. So I think that's going to happen once we start capturing cities, where we're in city clash mode right now. Purge action is just a ranking to see where you stand against others. Of course, the most powerful person in our grouping has already got to level 39 with the zombies. Where do I rank? I'm ranked 110 at number 24. So I don't think there are special rewards to be gained with that. I just see where you stand, basically. The Digging Stronghold Clash, this is a alliance-based thing. So where do we rank as an alliance? Well, I mean, we're tied with everyone because everyone is at level 1. So it's really, you can see the separation the deeper the weeks go. So there's nothing special there. Sandworm Crisis. Again, we're gonna have that be a video in itself. So yeah, so the main thing, just to make sure I get this video out there, the primary objective is to build up the resistance. How do you build up the resistance? You have to get more sacred water output. How do you get more sacred water? Have more of those fountains out there and you build more of those through the mithril, which you can gain by killing zombies. So it's like a cycle. Every time you get just enough mithril to upgrade the next building, do it right away. You want to try to stay ahead of the curve as much as possible. It is a grind the first few days. You may have to set an alarm in some cases just to try to stay ahead. But the deeper you go, you have more time in between promotions where now you can start just managing it better. So that's where I am now, because it definitely was kind of high pace. But again, we was in a downtime where it's hardly nothing going on the first few weeks leading when I first got to this server. So I anticipated there was going to be some action, and it's no short of action this week for sure. So we're gonna stop this particular video here. Again, there's gonna be some other ones that I'm gonna go out because I want to information overload you guys. So that's the overview and the primary objective of season 1. Another video, we're gonna talk about the sandworms. We're gonna talk about the protectors. I could probably do both of those in one video. We're gonna talk about the Valentine's Day event that's going on this week. And of course, we're gonna talk about the new game updates. So again, be prepared. All right, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll talk to you later.